Yeah, I'm going to begin by looking at the daily chart for Ripple, XRP. We've come up to the resistance level that's been mentioned in the past by me, and I believe my colleagues here, around the psychologically in $1 and 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of the entire decline at 106. Of course, it also coincides with some price congestion that goes back here to late May and early June. So it is formidable resistance. We are seeing today that we're taking another stab at trying to get through it. But the initial attempt here on days ago on the 11th was a failure. In the short term, I think there's going to be some type of consolidation here that will probably take us back down into the low of yesterday, which comes in at spot 923, which is a little bit below the measured move of the double bottom, which comes in about spot 95. So in that area, we should see some type of bottom and then a reset that will then take us for a successful close above the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement and then on to higher price levels. And like Ethereum and Bitcoin, once we get above this particular level of 1.06 or this high, if you want to go that high to 1.09, they're really, outside of the Fibonacci retracement levels, there really isn't any resistance until you get up here until around the 170 level, which corresponds with these highs here from early May and mid-May. So that presents the opportunity to run, give or take, another 67% once we clear this particular Fibonacci level of 38.2. On the intraday chart, you'll see that the trend line here is notably below where the price is. So this does suggest that if there is a meaningful correction within the cryptocurrency market, that the pressure will be, that XRP will be hit pretty hard by it. You'll see that the trend line comes in to the 56-hour moving average here, which is at spot 80. So that's going to be your area of support if there's heavy selling that hits the market. In terms of the RSI or the deviation from the 50-day moving average, really there's nothing here. There's no divergence to speak of. At this point on the daily RSI, we're not an extreme deviation from the 50-day on relative to past trading performance, and certainly on a 24-day performance, we're nowhere near where we've seen in the past. So we're not extreme levels on those particular indicators, but nevertheless, we do have formidable resistance here to break through, and a small pullback is probably likely before we make a successful breakthrough. That's all.
Yeah, just one second. Okay. I think we're kind of looking at the same thing for all the altcoins. Yeah, for me right now, Ripple is at a very crucial stage. Resistance, and now we're trying to flip it. So there's going to be a lot of resistance, and once we flip this as a support, XRP has to clear up to 1.2 and 1.3. Once this is cleared, I think there's a free path up to 1.7, right? And I think beyond that, we're looking at retest of this swing high here, which is roughly $2, right? And then we have the all-time high, which comes around 3.31. Yeah, so this is what I was looking at from a really higher time frame. XRP is in this ascending parallel channel, and my first hurdle was around 1.1, and I think beyond that it's 1.7 that I just spoke about, and then finally it's the all-time high, which comes around 3.31, right? And I think it kind of coincides with the upper trend line of the parallel channel. That is assuming we rally tag this in the next 27 days. Kind of impossible, but I think if we do clear the 1.7 level, the outlook of the cryptocurrency market remains bullish, I don't see this as impossible. This is honestly possible.
It's possible.
Yeah. So yeah.
How long out?
Sorry, what?
How far out? Like what time frame are you looking at?
Oh, It's honestly, I don't want to give time frames because you do not know when the market is going to turn. But right now, assuming everything remains bullish for the way it is, and Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, from that particular point, probably 2-3 weeks from when
Really?
Bitcoin hits an all-time high.
From an all-time high. Okay,
Mm,
that's an impressive move in a short period of time.
yeah, because in all of Ripple's price rallies, right, you have this periods of consolidation and then a massive shot up. So consolidation shot up. So these things keep happening, right? And it's really not unlikely for Ripple to do pull off another one of these exponential, almost vertical ascents, right? And yeah, so that's why I think it's honestly possible.
Well, certainly if the situation with the SEC evolves in a positive fashion, or something big comes out of that that's bullish, that definitely would be the catalyst for something vertical like you're talking about. So that's one thing to consider.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, from here, I don't think it's a lot. It's just 200% upswing. And honestly, we've done this a lot. Like if you consider from 30th December, actually, you know what? Just consider the YTD performance to the peak. And yeah, so there was around 700% upswing from in less than 4 months. In 3.5 months, it was 700% upswing. So yeah, it's likely.
Well, and we're at that time we were facing a lot more resistance than we are now. I mean, excluding what we're seeing around $1 now,
Mhm.
there's really not much resistance of note all the way to the high. So